Okay, Father, so what have you got all these bottles out of that display case for?
Well, I saw a TV program, didn't I?
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah. Bloke's walking through a museum and he's going, da-da, da-da, da-da. And I'm going, no.
Oh, he got stuff wrong, did he?
Look, there was bottles produced in the 1850s. We'll cover that. But his main theme was these marble bottles and how they were the typical Goldfields bottle. Well, Hiram Codd invented the seal, which was a marble. Mm-hmm. Now, Hiram invented it in London in 1872. It didn't get here till the mid-1870s. It's a bit past the start of gold rushes. Mm-hmm. I thought, well, I can give a bit of a history on them because the next major thing he got confused was how to open them. Right. You see, it's a lemonade bottle. It's an aerated water bottle. It's a soft drink bottle. Yep. So with a little rubber ring around there, and one of these, this one, still has the rubber ring in it.
Oh, yes.
So you've got the rubber ring and the marble, and the pressure holds that up. So when you get to open it, you go, and it opens. No, you don't. That's what he was using in the television program. Right. That is a stopper of salad oil sauce vinegar bottles. It was, look, you could use it if you wanted to. I mean, if you want to draw a comparison, beer bottles before the twist top became popular. When I say popular, 1890s they invented a twist top for beer. Right. But it was an internal thread and it never sealed. Okay. So it wasn't until like 100 years later, nearly, that they invented the one that we know of. Mm-hmm. So when we got the long necks when we were kids, the easiest way to open them was to hold the bottle and just use a penknife over your knuckle. Yep. And you'd open it like that. Yep, we still do the same. But a built-in one was actually the door off your Holden car. Okay. You open the door up and it was a perfect bottle opener. So you could use anything. Yeah. And you could use that, but no.
These were glass corks though, that's what you're saying. It. Yeah.
What they had was, like this one, do you see? There's a little cork inlay.
Oh yes, I see.
So that was pressed in to the cork. Yep. A bit of hot wax put around there and a bit of paper.
Cool.
To hold it in position. Didn't need much to hold it in position. But with these, you didn't need that. You had the pressure holding the marble.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But they invented an opener, just like we've got openers today. This was your standard opener. Mm-hmm. Not that. You put that into pressurised material after it's been shaken up in the goldfield.
Oh, it's glass on glass too.
And you've got horse, you've got wagon, you've got vibration. It's going to go everywhere. Yeah. So this, and it stops the spray. Yeah. Now, if you're in a hotel, you're in a hurry, and you've got to have it, you don't want to pick it up, you've got to, it's in position. Yep. This is your in position opener. What happened was that bit was bolted up under the bar, leaving that bit exposed. A little bit of a cloth hanging down, and the barman would go like that, hitting it.
Yep, underneath the bar to crack it open.
And of course, all barmen, like you, remember that photograph that was taken of you in that recreation scene? Yeah. And as a barman, you've got a cloth. Yeah. All barmans had a cloth. So you just, to stop the spray, you just have a cloth there to stop the spray, open it, because we've got the same pressure today. And as an example, I shouldn't have done that, but they've just been on a horse. Well, hello, he's tripped over outside. No, he's got back up. You've got to open it. Now, if you were to open that like that, what's going to happen?
It's going to spray up everywhere. Yeah.
And when you think about it...
So I see what you're saying. It's the same as using that on that, you know, for that reason.
Yes, and this, well, look at the shape.
Yeah, the caps are almost identical.
It's the same shape to stop the spray. Now, because we're a museum, I just thought a little bit of trivia here.
I'll have that Coke when I get home.
Oh, geez. You see how that's got one dimple in it?
Yeah.
That's an early one. That is late 1870s Australia, one dimple. The later ones had two dimples on either side. And if you look closely, you see there's a little line down there?
Yes.
Because you're saying to yourself, well, how'd they get the marble in there?
Yeah.
They made the bottle in two halves.
And melted them together?
Literally.
Wow.
In some of the old bottle factories, the mould was actually wood.
Yeah, right.
And they'd hot blow the glass, put it in the wood, trim it, hot blow, stick it on. And if you're lucky enough, you can find old bottles with traces of wood grain stuck in them. But that wasn't the only seal like that. They all got into the act. I love this one. This one, they used a stick.
Super unique.
So the stick's holding that one up. You press the stick in, you've got your bottle.
Yeah.
These caps were not meant for that.
So this is the cod bottle?
Yep. Named after Hiram cod, and of course uses a marble seal. That's the cap. This is the salad oil bottle with its seal, as I've just explained. These are the latter ones.
What was, hang on, sorry, what was type of liquid was in here?
Mostly lemonade.
Oh, lemonade, right.
Coke didn't come around till the 1890s from memory.
Okay.
That's just from memory.
Yeah.
These are very early 1850 salad, oil and sauces bottles. So there's a difference. These ones came in later, the 1870s. It's like when the 1850s hit, they didn't have that much money. And they were producing semi-bland stuff, mass producing. The money hit. Gold rushes. So we can become more elaborate. We can have inventions. We can introduce things. As an example, this is a Torpedo, also known as a drunken bottle, because it can't stand up.
Yeah.
That way, the cork stays wet. These corks, and of course stayed swell because it couldn't stand up. These ones are early because it's got what's called a wrap top on it.
Okay.
So that's wrapped around. The later ones came in with what's called a blob top. See how the top's different? So you tell the age of them straight away by the top that was on them. The naughty bit was they didn't use cork, they used lead.
Oh, okay.
The lead wrap with a cork and a champagne wire tie to hold it on its side, so the lead got wet, and then the cork stayed wet and stayed good. Your salad oil bottles, well, they were also vinegar bottles. You could have an assortment of those and same type of lid and the same type of holding. That's a vinegar bottle. Your pickles, preserves,
relishes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. Skittles bottles, they've been around for a while. I wonder where they got that name.
Yeah, it looks like one.
Now, Don Laird, bottle expert, bottle digger, he told me that in Melbourne, this is many, many years ago, before the Crown Casino was built, there was a swamp and he was an avid bottle digger. And I said to him, okay, the most common bottle, 1850s, what is it? He said it was Porters Stout, Porters beer. He said, and they brought them out in the millions. He said, when we started digging in that swamp, he said, where all the bottles were thrown, he said, we got down 30 feet, he said, which is 10 metres. We said, we were still finding just layer after layer of old bottle, and most of it was Porters Stout and Porters beer. He said, then the place was resumed, he said, and they built the Crown Casino. He said, when they put the pylons down, they went down 100 feet and they were still bringing up the glass from the Porter's bottles.
Amazing.
So the white stone is like that for the stout.
Yep.
The black beer, he came in an assortment of sizes. We had the square gin bottles. They'd been around since the late 1700s.
Right.
So there was nothing magical new there. But again, there was always changes. Like you see the aromatic schnapps bottles.
Yep.
Everyone with a long neck is 1850s earlier. Everyone with a short neck is 1860s later. So there was all of those little changes in them. But I found bottles fascinating because there was like thousands of different designs. Unbelievable amount. But here, your black beer, most common type.
I find the heads of them around.
Oh yeah, but different styles. Squat, wider. Depended who you were and where you were, who was producing them. But that just gives you a brief introduction into your Torpedo was a lemonade bottle as well.
Okay.
It's like today. There's percentages. You get a percentage of people that are teetotalers. You get a percentage of people that are just drunks. Yeah. And you get some that drink both. Yeah. And so there was a big market for the soft drinks that aren't so well recorded. I do like the way that I was told, and I actually believe, when the Sydney to Parramatta railway was built, that the fettlers, the working on the railway line, were given a ration of 10 pints of beer a day. And there's another reason for that, is that the water was quite often not too good for you.
Yeah.
And if you fermented something, well, it was a food, hops, yeast, malt.
Give you a bit of energy.
And in a lot of cases, the beer wasn't that strong.
Yeah.
So they were able to keep up their fluid.
And their spirits,
Big time. But we've got some really rare black beer bottles in there. We've got a myriad of these wonderful marble bottles. They produced these right up until, I think it was about 1946. So,
I'd love to find one. I think they're so unique.
well, most of them were just smashed so kids could get the marbles out and play marbles.
I'm not surprised.
They didn't. It's like everything. While it's in use, it's not special.
Yeah.
Stop using it, it's garbage. Another 50 years, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's an antique
collector's
item now.
We should have. So we'll go for a bit of a walk and a look, and you can have a look at some of these different other ones that we're going to cover.
Okay, so just a bit of a recap for us, Father.
This is not an opener for one of these. This is the top for salad oil, sauces, vinegars. This is the opener for one, at least the normal opener. That is the early one. This one is the later model, let's say when they perfected it, and this is the opener that would be used but under a bar. So that would be bolted up under the bar, and you'd go poke like that to poke the marble in. Poking the marble in released the gas and pressure which held the marble in position. That's if you had a cod or marble bottle. If you didn't, you'd have a stick bottle. The stick had the same principle, a little seal to hold it up. The later salad oil bottles and the earlier ones had cork around the inside. So the top, which has been mistakenly taken for an opener for a cod bottle, the top for this was pushed in against the cork, a bit of hot wax and a bit of paper held it in place. That's 1870s salad oil. This is 1850s salad oil. Then we can move down a little bit to our vinegars and bigger salad oils. That's a lovely vinegar, that one there. And then our relishes and sauces, again with the same type of lid. We go from the glass lid to the champagne styled cork lid, where we have this wraparound top lined with a little run of lead, the cork pushed in, a wire tie like a champagne bottle held it in position. The drunken bottle meant it went on its side so that the cork stayed wet and swelled. Built-in intelligence. This wraparound top told you 1850s or earlier. This larger blob top, as it's called, said it was later than the 1850s, a bigger top. But the most common bottle of all, in my opinion, was the black beer. Came in a variation of sizes and shapes, and of course the stout, the stone stout, a unique sling off from that beer design was this Skittles bottle. You could play Skittles with them later if you wanted to.